welcome to Poplar Pulmonary Wellness. I'm Tina, and we are here today with Laura. Welcome, Laura. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Laura is a health coach and a registered respiratory therapist. Laura, thank you for joining us. Maybe we can start off with a little bit of information about you and your background. I'm wondering what brings you into health coaching.
Yeah, so I've been a respiratory therapist for about 15 years now. I've been working in critical care, mostly in the hospital setting. That's been my background largely. And then through kind of the pandemic time, was going through a lot of stress, kind of burnout, and also some personal issues, and all of that was kind of affecting my own health, and so I was looking for ways to get myself back into a better balance. And then through that kind of journey, I was really more interested in integrative health, holistic health. So looking more at kind of the mind, body, spirit connection, how all that works together. And that's what kind of got me interested. And when I heard about the health coaching program, that really spoke to me and kind of where I wanted to go, potentially in my career. So I started that program, and then about halfway through, I ended up actually leaving my full-time work at the hospital, doing shift work, and went into the community setting. And that just felt a lot more kind of aligned with my own goals, and more aligned with my own values, I guess. So that's what I'm doing right now is as a respiratory therapist, working with people with chronic lung illness and providing some education around that, providing support. And now I'm excited to be able to kind of add my health coaching experience and schooling along with my work as a respiratory therapist.
Oh, that's amazing. So much positive change and sort of a new direction for you. I love that. Um, Coaching is a fairly new profession on the scene. I've started to hear more about different types of coaching and meeting people who are coaches. Maybe you could fill us in a little bit about what a health coach is and what do they do?
Yeah, honestly, it's been pretty new for me as well. I hadn't heard of a health coach before I kind of started on this journey myself. The school I went to has actually been around for 30 years, so it's been around, but it's becoming a bit more mainstream as people, I think, are searching for that kind of more holistic kind of approach to health and maybe a bit more preventative. Specifically, health coaches are really meant to work alongside your healthcare providers. We're not kind of diagnosing or treating specific things. We're kind of working more along with you. So we're trained in various dietary theories, health and wellness practices, and the goal of a health coach is really to provide just a safe space for you to explore your own healthcare needs. And then we can work with you to establish what your goals are and really just provide a space to give you accountability, some education, and support on your own journey.
Amazing. So this process is new. I've personally never worked with a health coach. So let's say I was looking for this, which sounds all super good and positive. What would I expect from a session? What would that be like? And do I have many sessions or just a couple? How does it work?
Yeah, so we'd start with a health questionnaire. So just really looking again at all aspects of your health, kind of what you've been through, your journey, maybe some if you're what your diet's like, what your sleep and energy is like, kind of getting into what are your goals, what's your emotional, spiritual health, all those kinds of things, so we can kind of get a good background. So then we'd meet together, take a look at uh, what your issues are, or what you're kind of going through, and how we could work together, and just kind of see if we're a good fit, even to continue. So that would just be kind of an initial intake session, and then going forward, ideally we do maybe 5 sessions together, but that can vary, depending on what you're looking for. Um, and they'd be hour-long sessions that we would talk together. And again, we're kind of just looking at what are your goals, what are your intentions behind those goals, how can we stay accountable to those, and how can we overcome any obstacles that might come up along the way. And it's not about, oh, you set this goal, you have to stick with it, or being kind of judgmental about it. It's really just what's going to work for you right now, and then we can just adjust things as we go, and as things come up.
That's awesome. It seems like sort of a partnership, like having somebody on your side, type of a relationship,
Yeah.
supportive.
Yeah.
Um, so I have a friend who's a counselor, and I know it can be a challenge for people to find the right counselor. I get the sense that a coach finding the right coach might be a similar experience. Maybe you could talk about how people could go about finding a coach, and how would they know they've got the right coach?
Yeah, that's a good question. You definitely want to find somebody who resonates with you, who you feel comfortable opening up to. Um, probably just online is the best way to kind of go about it. You could probably research kind of like what background do they have, what school did they go to, and health is such a big topic. So each person is probably going to have their own kind of area of expertise. So a lot of it is just seeing, does this person have the tools that I'm looking for? My background being respiratory, I would kind of bring that. But somebody else might focus on like gut health or nutrition aspects or exercise. So yeah, just kind of look into their background and see, what is it that they're really bringing to the table.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a good point to look into the background. I feel that because health coaching is fairly new, or coaching in general, people are already coming from a background of a certain profession. So, like yourself with a respiratory therapy background of many years, I can see how that would be very valuable to the clients that we work with living with chronic lung conditions. It would be important for them to connect with somebody who understands what they're going through and the challenges that they face because of that condition.
Right. Yeah.
Um, in terms of the cost, or insurance coverage, this is always a question we get. How much does it cost to see a health coach, and are there any extended benefit plans that incorporate that yet?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not covered. Maybe one day in the future we'll have some coverage for that, but currently there isn't coverage. And we'd be looking at doing like hour-long sessions together, probably around $120 if you were just to do one session. And then there would be some package deals, maybe for 3, 5, 6, 10. If you wanted to do more sessions, you would have more of a discount with different packages.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I wonder if we could just talk a little bit more about some of the reasons that somebody, what would
Hmm.
prompt somebody to go to see a health coach. So, we're all in our daily lives. I know there's things we need to cope with, and just in terms of like what might spark somebody to be like, oh, a health coach would be the one to help me through this. So what are the types of issues that you might address?
Yeah, great question. So I think it could be especially helpful for someone with a chronic condition because it can be just very overwhelming. You might have different people telling you different things. You need to take these medications, you need to get more in shape, you need to have better balance. And so, it can be overwhelming. How do I do these things? Where do I start? What's the most important? Why am I encountering these obstacles? Like, what do I do about it? So I think just kind of helping navigate some of those things and just kind of like simplifying. Let's take it step by step. So for pulmonary rehabs, say maybe that's just helping you establish your goals. Um, and readdressing issues as they may come up. Or for you, it might be other areas of health. Maybe that's you want to focus on nutrition, on better sleep, maybe your social life. Because really, chronic illness really does affect all areas of your life and all parts of your body. That's not just one organ that we're talking about. It's very multifaceted. So yeah, I think it can just help somebody, even just taking the time to spend to really digest what's going on, and having somebody listen to you, maybe provide some support, maybe some information, um, could be beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. I certainly agree. Having, we say, oh, people have a problem with their lungs, but actually it's affects the whole person. Um, so in terms of what is discussed in a session, or what, the person's goals are, it is quite a self-directed process then. Like it's sort of up to the person what they want to get from you or from the sessions.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much client led. So really it's kind of holding space for you to come to your own insights about what is going on and kind of discovering what's going to work best for you, because every person is very individual in what they're going through. And and your goals might change as time goes on. That's why it's good to have multiple sessions, because you might start off with one area that you want to focus on, and then as we kind of work through things, you're like, oh yeah, this other thing is kind of important too. So yeah, it's just holding space for the individual to kind of like work through their own challenges.
Is it the frequency of the sessions, is it quite individualized, like maybe people go once a month or every week? How is that determined?
Yeah, we can kind of leave that a bit up to the individual as well, but usually we'd say maybe we meet once a week for a number of sessions, or we can maybe do every other week. But having some kind of consistent basis is probably best to keep things on track.
Perfect. Thank you so much for answering all of these questions. It's certainly something new that people are wondering about, and I hope that we can help promote health coaches and coaching in general, so that people know that there's this tremendous resource of professionals that they can reach out to, especially people who are specific to with experience working with people living with chronic lung conditions. So thank you so much for taking this time to join us and explain your skills and the things that you can help people with. I really appreciate that, Laura.
Thank you, Tina. Thanks for having me. And thanks for providing this great platform. I think it's really great services that you're providing. And I really commend everyone who's taking part, because I think that's a really great step towards their health.
Thank you. Thanks so much. And as we like to say, we tell people to get out there and live your best long life. So thanks for watching.